Oh, seven star citizens, and welcome back to Answer the Call, your weekly call in and podcast show about everything Star Citizen related with myself and Salty Mike. Mike
Hello.
is a bit sick today.
Yeah, I had to take yesterday off because I was just like, I can't. I'm not. I don't feel bad, but like stream, you have to talk nonstop, 24/7. When you
Yeah,
have like a kind of a sore throat,
it
feel like I
exacerbates it a
was like,
lot.
yeah, I was like, if I just take today off, I will probably heal faster. And I wanted to make
hmm
sure I was here for the podcast today. So yeah, I made the right choice. We'll just say it. We'll just
Yeah.
say that I definitely made the right choice. So feeling
Other
better.
than being sick, what'd you get up to this?
I mind. That's all
Yep.
I did. I found my first 900, but I've only found one.
Nice.
Today's
What was it? What mineral?
913 copper.
Okay, copper's
Yeah.
relevant.
Oh, wait, the TV was off the whole time? My bad. I was trying to turn it off and I turned it on. It freezes the stream when that happens too, so my bad.
Yeah,
Um
I spent like for once. I think I said this last week as well, but like for the first time ever, just like playing Star Citizen not on stream for first time in a really long time,
yeah.
just mining while I'm doing other stuff. Didn't find my first 800 plus till today. Uh, and it happened literally as I was complaining about not finding it.
Me
Clearly that's the
too.
strat.
Me too. Yeah, I was like, that's it. I'm alt F4ing if I don't get a 900 right now. Bang, 913.
Yeah, bang.
It's like, all right, sweet. Um but yeah, there was like a big discussion the other day in my stream that it was like, why are you trying, like, 900 plus is supposed to be the end game content, and it's like, but like
it's
it's not
not.
end game because like end game is
You know.
usually locked behind levels and content and this and that, and it's like
Yeah.
none of it's just RNG. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
exactly. Yeah.
And to be fair,
Yeah.
I
End game
found
content.
many gems. I found 997 Dolivine, stuff like that. But like,
Yeah, sweet.
I'm talking about ore. Ore is much harder to
Mm.
get. So there's been so many moments of frustration where I'm just trying to remain chill about everything, where it's like I don't want to be
Mm.
too critical. I don't want to be too like, oh, this sucks, or because it's like there's so many other elements of Star Citizen that are just working against this being fun or making
Yeah.
sense or working, that it's like, all right, let's keep trying, let's keep seeing what they do through each patch and see if it starts feeling better. Then if it doesn't, then I'll be annoyed.
Yeah.
But for now it's just like, yeah, this totally isn't the way it needs to be. um but yeah, a lot of Hathor the group's been doing,
Very
because
nice.
we want to make
Big
parallaxes
Carolina.
and they take Karenite, and bro, that's been horrible. Because it's
Yeah.
not like, yeah, I mean, one Hathor hole is like finding half of a Karenite node if it was on a planet's surface,
Yeah.
right? So think about the amount of holes you need to open to see a 900 is like insane.
hmm
Um, but like not very contested Hathor has been, which is surprising,
Yeah.
because you would think like Parallax is pretty much one of the top guns in the game, that you would think people would be going for it. No?
They are, but like I think crafting creates a lot of resistance. I've got to imagine there's a large proportion of the community that's just not even bothering, right? They're just playing the game as it has been for the last like 6 months.
Yeah. Or just like, I think a lot of people have been turned off by this a little bit, I think.
Mhm.
Like, again, there's so much that's working against people. Like, somebody was like, I've lost all motivation to play. And I was like, have you lost all motivation to play? And he said, because of the crafting thing. And I was like, but is it more that like, we need a wipe, you have endless money, you don't need money,
Yeah.
and like you do need money and you need money to buy this ore, but it's like you need 50 billion for one SCU to get anybody to give you it. You can't
Yeah.
split. I can't split off like 2 CSCU to give to you because you needed that little bit, right? Like, again, there's so many, like, there's like a million things fighting against everybody right now, that it's like,
Yeah.
if a wipe came, that would help. If there was a player trading system, that would help. If we can combine
Mhm.
and separate what we had, that would help too. But you need all three of those things for, and then you just go and like, hey,
Yeah.
do I like salvaging? Then I just go salvage all day. And even though that doesn't apply to crafting at all, the money that I make doing it will.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, for sure.
for me, it's just like, let's see what's in 4.8. Let's see what's in, what
Mhm.
fixes or changes maybe in 4.7.1, 4.7.2, and like, I'm more chill and just waiting, and I'm
I
good.
struggle to find how the crafting system can make people uh lose interest when like if they had interest before crafting, you can still do everything. Like it's only extra, you know? It's only bonuses and stuff.
Yes, because it doesn't feel like that. Like, again, it's like this mental game that the game is playing with you because of tier
Mm.
0 item recovery and all these other things. Like, before I had like, I went out and I got the best FPS weapon or whatever, right? And the best
Mhm.
FPS weapon was maybe found in a CZ, let's say. All right, not too hard.
Yeah.
Go do that. Easy. Now it's like this really big hill you have to climb to get the best. And it's all RNG and it feels really shitty, and the scanning, and like, oh, I have to mine even though I don't like mining. Because again, like, you can do all the other things, but those other things don't lead to you progressing through the crafting system, because there isn't a way to
Sure.
easily trade, and there isn't a way to, and then
Yeah.
you have to craft it yourself. And yeah. So again, there's just like things working against those people, but everybody wants to do the new stuff. You got to understand that.
Yeah.
And when the
Yeah.
new stuff
Like
like doesn't feel perfect or great, it's understandable that they'd be frustrated.
yeah, it's fair. I just like
It
I
doesn't
don't know.
make sense. Yeah,
It's
like, you
probably
don't
just
need it.
it's yeah. It's probably just a case of like my mentality doesn't work, and so it's just hard for me to understand like it affecting like people that were already enjoying it,
Yeah.
and then be like, oh, but now there's this new thing, so now I don't want to play.
Hey,
It's just strange to me.
let me jump in for a second. I want to chat. Can you let me know if you're hearing Croncy cut out a little bit? It happened last week too. I don't know if you have a
Okay.
noise gate on Discord or on your mic, but it does cut you out occasionally. So I would lower it a little bit if you got it.
Yep. I'll
But
do
take a
exactly that.
take a peek at it. But outside
Yep.
of that, like, there's this whole argument here that's so goofy that and we don't have to harp on this because we only have an hour. But the
Yep.
idea of, dude, a 550 across the board gun is better than any gun you've ever used up to this point.
Yeah.
So like the mental, like it doesn't make any sense to like be going for 900, but that's what everybody is going for.
Yeah. Everyone wants the best.
Yeah. And it's understandable that everybody wants the best. Like, why do you play the game to not reach the end? And
Yeah.
the thing is like CIG is like dangling the end in front of you at every node that you're going to next. So
Mm.
it's like this weird situation. Unless you mass produce,
Fair.
then you lower the requirements. But like, who's buying? You can't mass produce for anybody because nobody's buying 700 quality guns. Why would they?
And also,
You don't lose
no
them.
one's buying like 50 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't lose them. So
That's
you can't
bothering
mass
them.
produce anything. So like, things have to happen. And if they do,
Yeah.
maybe this will make sense. Maybe this will be fun. I don't want to judge what we have now,
Look,
but I will be very
yeah,
judgmental when more shit comes
yeah,
in.
yeah. I'm definitely enjoying it. Obviously, keeping in mind all the caveats that we sort of mentioned last week still kind of apply. But
Yeah,
I'm definitely having more fun with it than I expected to even.
sure.
And yeah. Um,
You want to jump into
but
this
today's not the
week?
crafting episode. Today's this week in Star Citizen. So, Holby.
Holby?
I only watched this today and I managed to not get spoiled for it for like the last 3 days. But I knew that there was gonna be memes in it. I was so disappointed that it wasn't an actual that it wasn't memes plus an actual Holby video thing.
Oh, wait, I clicked the wrong button. Why am I on this scene? What the hell is going on? Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
It was a fun video. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
They
It
got me,
also
dude.
does like It's I got told they got you like twice
Yeah, dude, I was
because
just
right
like,
at the end they go like,
I didn't
"Oh,
think
well,
that
we
they
need to show
would.
the real thing."
Yeah, like I didn't think that they would do the. I didn't think that they would do April Fools on a ship sale because ship sales are so important. So I
Well, we're
thought this
getting
was going
the
to be real.
actual one next week, right?
I
So
know, I
it's
know.
it's it's sort of okay.
I didn't put the
Um,
timeline together either. That it's only been 1 week since the patch dropped. Like the whole B was coming
yeah,
two
yeah,
weeks later. Like they told us everything. I just fell
yeah.
for all of it. But this is the whole
So it's
actual whole
fun.
B.
Yeah, yeah. Which
I think.
you do sort of see some functionality at the start, possibly with the way that the X wings are going to work and stuff. And they also show like the carrying capacity. It seems in the later one when they do the hull zero or whatever, um, where it's the invisible one. So you do get to see like some actual bits of it, which is kind of cool. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, like this has got to be the actual shape. Like the cockpit,
yeah,
you could tell that they like updated the cockpit from previous
mhm,
ships and it's I think where do we see like the sleekness of it? Also,
yeah,
this loading mechanism, they were
yeah,
like this is an overly complicated loading mechanism like they said in the show. And I'm like
yeah.
this is kind of the perfect way to load the ship.
Yeah, I
So
love this.
I
I
hope
love
they
this.
do
So
this where it
it
flips.
should show in a second. Yeah, it like flips. Yeah. I super hope this is how it works because that is awesome. I'm a
Yeah.
massive, massive fan of that. So it's basically like it's kind of like when you're loading it, it'll be almost like when you load the raft where it's like a sort of an underside cargo grid and should hopefully mean you get better access to move stuff around. But it also makes the like one of the big things with the whole B that we were always wondering is it's supposed to go from an X sort of like configuration to be able to be landed. And it was like, well, how are they going to do that? How are they going to make that make sense? And it looks like this is their solution for it.
Perhaps. And then here is the configuration of the cargo that they showed.
Yeah.
It's going to be coming up here. It's on the left a little bit. There you go. It's like I don't see how this lands, like you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It surely can't. So it's that's got to be
I
part
mean,
of
maybe it can
the
landing gear
system that
right
they
under
showed.
here.
No,
You don't think
no
so?
shot. No. But we'll see next week, basically.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm excited for it. So it was like a sneak
Hmm.
peek, but not a sneak peek. I think this was like the best way to
Yeah.
do where obviously like you're gonna get me and I was like, ah, damn it, what the hell. But also like have a good time with all the other goofy ones that they did, like the
Yeah, yeah.
actual bee
The,
and
the beer itself is so
was
good.
sweet. They could have ended there, but they kept
Yeah, yeah.
going where it was
The Holland.
insane.
Oh, this I actually really want this to be a thing. I love this like unconventional moving tank, right? That kind of like
So stupid.
moves like that. I love it. I think that's sick as hell.
This is
And then yeah,
the
this
like
one dumb as hell. It's the engines are also guns.
yeah. And like kind of though how you could tell that the one is the actual ship is all the other fake versions were done in the with Hull C.
Yeah. Or one of them, the really, really long one is a caterpillar with a herald,
Yeah, yeah.
a
This
starfarer
one.
engine. Yeah, this one's just like a mishmash of
But
stuff.
like low key, one of the best designed cargo ships.
Ugh, no.
Yo, no, no.
Terrible.
No, no,
You
no,
gotta
no.
run you've gotta run that entire length to put the
Well, no, no,
cargo
no,
on
not
the ship.
not dude, not how big it is, but like if this black section was engines and then you had
Mhm.
structure and then cockpit and then everything
Yeah.
under like a really long raft.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
it's
Yeah.
like the perfect cargo ship to me.
Yeah, fair.
Up basically an upside down like shipping container ship that we have in the real world.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, like low key, this one's awesome.
Yeah.
But obviously super stupid.
Yeah.
And then they did some weird zombie thing at the end.
Yeah, which looked like it had some new assets in it. So most of this is like old assets, but then like some of the assets on the body look a bit new, like on the armor and stuff.
Yeah,
Which maybe that'll be coming at some
Halloween.
Halloween this year, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
Halloween
kind of
armor
cool.
or something. But it
Or
If you
Is
ever
this
played
what
New World,
Sam turns into in the Sam, the guy that keeps rezzing. Is that
yeah,
what he turns into later?
Melina. Yep. But maybe
Yeah.
to me it looks like New World armor from the one group of guys down at the bottom right or something like that. I can't remember it.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, and then they like at the end were like, "Oh, everyone's gonna get mad, so let's comment about how they're gonna get mad." And yeah, whatever.
It was a
It
bit of
was
fun,
fun.
but it means Hull be next week with actual
Pumped.
info, and then possibly a patch release for it too with everything. Yeah,
Yeah, you have to assume, right? Patch release, which means more more blueprints, more missions. So there's certain missions that like Custodian you can't get, P8SC you can't get right now, a couple other things. So we should see more stuff drop in the next patch as well for things like that.
Yeah.
Possibly the patch after that, but maybe the next patch. It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Monthly report?
Yeah, so this was the main source of news for the week.
Yeah, I don't know where your highlights are. I'll let you kind of take the lead here if you want.
First massive one. Oh, sorry. There's a couple of mentions. It's in like AI features in tech. It's in missions and stuff. About 2 new characters coming along with presumably tactical strike groups. And the way they talk about them, it sounds a lot more interactive, right? They're talking about it as if it's like, these are NPCs we will meet in game. The question is it going to be like Wicklow meeting game? Is it going to be like Techio meeting game? Or is it going to be something completely different?
Guys that are watching, I feel like they've talked like this before about the like Gilly or the Foxwell guys,
where it's just going to be someone talking to you on a
screen.
On a thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I feel like they've talked like this before.
The person who talks to you during the Project Hyperion is like pretty detailed and stuff, but obviously that also gets really repetitive. So
yeah, Detox.
Not sure, but there's quite a few mentions of it. That's my big thing. Is like, they are putting at least the same amount of work that they put last year into a bit of the narrative of tactical strike groups.
Perhaps, yeah. Mine was a little bit above this. Here we go. On the development side, additional work was done to the Apex Valakar. The previous monthly report, or 2 monthly reports ago, I can't remember. It was like able to go across the entire planet, and like it was like, holy crap! Like if we're hand mining on a planet, this thing might like pop out of nowhere and get us. Now the creature will be limited to moving within its arena, and that makes me feel like it's probably another theme park. Like, to kill Apex Valakar, go here, and it's like, ooh. Or they're applying it to Hathor.
Possibly, yeah. It also depends on what they mean by arena. Like, because so it could be more
hard
it could
to
be
say.
more theme park, but if there's like 30 arenas that they designate on one planet, then it can feel a lot more
then it feels like it's traveling. Yeah, it can give that feeling. And yeah, it will despawn if it doesn't damage. So that one sticks out to me as like a, let's keep an eye on that. Is this a sandbox activity type thing that is going to happen to us randomly and it's going to be really exciting and cool when it happens? Or is it going to be, I go here to get this thing? Which would be less exciting to me. Ships.
New heavy combat armor's cool, right?
Yeah, whatever.
They sort of talked about that on the SEL the other week. Ships, there were some big ones. So
there's the Gactag
first
Raylan.
off, we knew the Raylan was almost certainly coming this Alien Week. Still looks like that's the case. Lots of work being done to it. The Ironclad and the command module continue to get work. Almost certainly at this stage locked in for Invictus. And then in addition, they also, on a similar sort of stage, showed us the landing gear of the Kraken.
Which, holy, it's huge.
That's a big boy.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And
so it
is the biggest ship when it comes in.
Yeah, it'll be larger than the Idris.
Yeah. So look at
not
the
by
little
a ton, I don't think, but it is enough to make it.
Yeah, that's like a $50 vehicle right there. Look at how little it is.
So yeah, so huge stuff there. The Kraken still on route for next year.
Yeah, 2027. So
yeah, but yeah, Ironclad coming soon. They're also moved back onto the Galaxy as well, apparently.
Yep,
and that's getting worked
that's
on
right.
again. So probably once again IAE for Galaxy, which is I think what they said last year, right? That would be the big ship.
the signature ship for IAE. Yeah, which will be when is that? November.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a while for that. And the big thing about that ship, if you don't know, is like it's modular. It can refine. So we don't know if all the modules will come with it. Will ship refining be available at that time? So that's like a lot of the interesting, like, in a lot of ways it's just another ship, but in some ways it's like, is this ship going to push Star Citizen forward? So that's like kind of the reason to keep an eye on stuff like that.
And then 5 unannounced vehicles progressing through March. So
Invictus,
because of that, Invictus, they tend to not release too many new ships. Usually it's like 2 or 3, if that. We're probably on the same sort of route, maybe 3 or 4 this time though. Which sweet. Let's go.
Cool. Hopefully some of them are fun, and not power creepy. And then core gameplay was a lot of what they had done in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then when we get to here, they start talking about what they're going to do. So big things with refueling now is that the Starfarer can link to you instead of you always having to link to the Starfarer. Yep. So that's a big one because it was always the other way around. And then whenever you're done refueling, it will automatically undock you. So that's like a little quality of life thing. Command module, still working on that stuff. That was mentioned in other sections of the report and has been forever. And they talked about transport system, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Because this was more vague and we have more information on that.
Ship hangar servicing had its first playable gate, so that's where you can refuel and rearm in an Idris type stuff.
And that's for strike groups.
Yeah. So
that's like the big reason they want it.
And the last line in content. Yeah, let's go.
I know. Don't get overly excited about this, folks. First
doing work. I'm gonna get overly excited.
The first thing is the chat. I'm pretty sure. So like, this does not mean the next thing they're working on is org tools. As much as we want it to be, it does not mean they're working on org tools now. There's no way. Yeah. I would love it for it to be that. There's a lot of different
things that come up in social features. There's
a lot of different things. There's party stuff. There's markers. There's friend or foe color. There's a lot of things that are in that. So what they do first is not going to be orgs. What they do last is probably going to be orgs, as much as we'd like it to be first.
Yeah, the big thing is I think this is the first time outside of Chris mentioning it during Enter Atmosphere. It's the first time this year they've mentioned that they're working on social features, I think. So
yeah.
Cool.
I'm excited. Creature content, this is just a new team that was created. So there's nothing super big here.
Animals.
But we'll see what happens with them going forward.
Well, it means we'll probably get more than just one reskinned
snake,
grazer
or grazer, or dog, or whatever.
There's a lot that like creatures do to fill out the world and immerse you in the game. So, yeah.
And there was a lot of concept ones that we saw at CitizenCon 2023, 2024, whichever one.
Yeah.
And none of those have been delivered really yet.
Other than the other snake, the one that's in,
snake-like or dog-like is mostly what we've gotten, right? So there's a little bit more that we'd like to see, and maybe we're getting something like that. Economy, my favorite team at Star Citizen, and I'm probably their favorite creator.
They do say something here that get me very excited.
Top line is the most exciting.
Before we talk about that, nah, there's a more exciting line.
Item recovery systems 4.8. It is the only mention of that being in 4.8 anywhere. Croncy, Come on.
True.
There
But
was no
now there's something more
confirmation of
exciting.
item
There's something
recovery.
more exciting.
No way. No way. I will
Yeah.
fight you on that. I'm dying on this hill.
Nah,
Item recovery in
wrong.
4.8, people. Pog in the chat if
Wrong,
you
but also,
agree.
yeah, that's good. No, that's good. It is good. It is good.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Go ahead. Go
That
ahead. Go ahead.
That is a good thing.
I'm
But you're
done
wrong. There's more
fighting.
exciting
I'm
thing.
done fighting. I'm done fighting. Go.
Before before I talk about the more exciting thing, something I didn't really like. We are being generous with high-end ceruleum ore to pull players into the mining and fabrication pipeline.
This
Something
is
doesn't
why
feel that way.
this is why I talked about the crafting stuff at the beginning. It was kind of to set this up. They are being generous. If you compare it to every other section of the game, this has a really high base quality.
I do see a lot more 700s, I feel.
Exactly,
But,
because the
like-
base, I believe, is around 700.
Right. But I feel like it kind of
doesn't feel
should-
generous.
It should do that. Like, you have to do, like, in
You know where
one
they haven't done
aspect,
that?
Like, if you're just going for iron.
Hathor.
Yeah, true.
And they should.
That's
Because that's even harder because there's PvP involved.
Because I feel like, yeah, if I'm just going around scanning, that feels like it should be almost true RNG, with maybe the exception of, like, maybe I should know where to scan. If I have to actively do something, which, like, this is like a multi-stage operation that you do at the QV, I feel like I should be rewarded by having a minimum high amount of whatever I'm trying to get. Maybe those, like, 900s are still, like, super, super rare, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, them saying they're being generous is a little bit weird, and I think it's just like a lack of understanding of where we are right now, where the player base is, and how we were going to respond to all these changes. And that's why I did that setup early, is there's a lot of things. I do not want to come to the defense of this team very often, but I kind of want to in this case, of, is that really on these guys necessarily? There's so much shit, because 700 quality stuff is likely going to be your day-to-day. Like, everything at this location is mineable and usable in a world where we lose items regularly or replace items regularly, however you want to think about it. So that is them being generous, but they're being generous for a game that we're not currently playing.
Okay, fair enough.
Is how I feel. I feel like they're thinking ahead, and we're here in the present, and they're incapable of being in the present because they know everything and we don't.
Yeah.
Right, and that always happens with the company, is they kind of know where they're going and we don't. So it makes it makes this fight between us. Where I'm not going to defend them is where they start saying, as the economy stabilizes, which has been your job to do for the last year and a half that you have failed fucking miserably at, for so many reasons. They want us to start focusing on not selling to NPCs, but, like, interacting with each other. Okay, like, that's awesome. So does that mean, like, player trading is number one priority? Because that's not going to work unless that is your priority. Right?
Well, that is that second line there from consequently onwards is the thing that got me more excited.
Yes, like, this is exciting.
Saying
the last sentence is where I'm like,
Yeah, but the specific phrase, like, I don't think they've literally ever said this in the history of Star Citizen. Moving toward a gear and player centric economic model.
They kind of have, but yeah,
it's always been NPC focus. It's always been like like you won't have an impact on the economy, but the economy is all player. Like, everything they've done with crafting.
It depends. For me, I'm really nervous about this. It depends on what they mean, because this sounds like the more modern MMO where you craft your own gear. Everything you do by yourself. It's like this solo experience, but an MMO, and it's gear focused. Like, I don't know exactly what they mean, but I just keep having nightmares of New World, where, like, crafters didn't craft things and put it up on the market, really. So it was like all, like, loot gathering and then the stuff that you crafted, you only crafted for yourself. And like within our org, that's what we're seeing. Like you're seeing guys get really high quality stuff, and we're not pulling it all together to craft things for each other. They're hoarding the really high quality stuff and then like trying to trade each other to get, fill in your gaps so you craft for yourself. And I'm like, ooh, this is like the red lights are going off. Danger, danger, danger. This is not how I want to see the direction of the game go, because that is where it gets really. Some of my org mates who are helping and like give stuff up are going, whoa, 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 I'm sharing, but not everybody is, right? And that's the like I can see, and we're more like into sharing, but like even people in our org who's been like, we've shared everything forever, has been like they're holding on to the really good like Karenite and their Dolivine. Like even I haven't given up any of my 997 Dolivine yet.
I have seen a lot of people in general chat selling all of their higher quality minerals. So it may just be an anecdotal thing for the most part.
I don't know. I think what's the point of selling? Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird one. Again, like I said earlier, I don't want to judge on the current state, but it's hard not to. It's like, what do you? So we'll see. I'm just have these nightmares of New World.
Yep.
And maybe I'm hoping it's just PTSD, and that's so I am not judging it, but I'm just stating how I'm feeling at the moment, and my feelings are please just don't be New World. Like learn from the lessons of these modern MMOs that last for a few months and die for the same reason every time. Just please don't do that. And then for me, the last sentence is the weird one. That's sort of hard to understand. I'm kind of very curious how you perceive it. In the final state, these locations will be the go-to spots for high-end crafters to convert credits into the exact materials they need, prioritizing material acquisition and quality over raw UEC profit. Huh?
So
who is crafters in the sentence?
But also, what are the locations in the sentence? Because there's no... in the previous two sentences, they don't mention locations.
Away from... No, they do, don't they? Somewhere.
Unless they literally just mean shops. Because they say shop pricing.
Shops. So I think they mean like TDDs.
Yeah. Which, in that case, what this would mean is like you get your garbage tier stuff, you're selling them to NPCs to get money to trade for actual good stuff. That's how that reads to me.
For me, yeah, but then who are you like? To me, I'm crafting for raw UEC profit. If you're not making a game where UEC isn't the ultimate goal, where it's like there's gold sinks, there's gold faucets, one of the gold faucets is crafting, and I go out and I craft and I sell my stuff to other players, that's how I make money, and then miners sell to crafters, that's how they make money, and PvPers loot, and maybe that's how they make money, or they don't make any money and they need people to make money for them or whatever. But the UEC should always be the ultimate goal. But all these other systems are the way that they're all connected to UEC being the ultimate goal, and they're like balanced between each other. So it's like otherwise I'm just confused, always confused by what these guys say and what their goals are. And to me, it's like, okay, I think that all they're trying to say here is the crafters are trying to get good material. They're not really talking about what the crafters do after they get the good material. Like I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. But when they go like over raw UEC profit, it's like, do you not understand how video games work? I don't get this, dude. It's always about time equals money in these games. Like it's the main source of drive is always money in these games. So I'm like, what is the goal here? And then immediately I go, wow, I never cared about money in New World. Fuck. They're talking, it's going to be New World. Please. Like I keep going back to this.
No, they just haven't written this well, right?
No,
like
that's what I'm hoping.
Because it also just doesn't make sense, a lot of the sentences. But like the prioritizing material acquisition and quality over raw UEC profit would also assume what you mean is like I am, instead of working towards getting 10,000 UEC, I am working to get a location that has the better materials that I need. Like that sort of thing, if that makes sense. Like
I feel like they're buying from players because that's the previous sentence at these locations to get the because a crafter can't
yeah,
possibly get the highest end. Like based on what we're seeing, a single crafter can, but it's difficult to get a lot of the high end gear to craft. Excuse me, a lot of the high end material to craft high end gear. So they need others.
unless
I think that's what they're trying to
unless when they
say.
say unless when they say these locations, they're actually referencing the previous paragraph where they're talking about breaker stations. Um,
I hope not.
I don't know. It's worded really weirdly.
Yeah.
It's hard to gauge much from that last sentence. Anyway,
Yeah. I don't know. So that's like that was the economy thing, and I don't know if there was too much else other than uh I'm trying to think. There was
level design talked about tactical strike groups and Seeds of Orison,
yeah.
but they also mentioned a major new location. What? I
Where?
assume.
I missed that part.
Sorry, second paragraph. Second paragraph. Um, yeah,
Oh,
they
began
also
to
began to
prepare for a
prepare for.
major new location. Oh, I never noticed that. I was so focused on this, I missed that part.
I'm curious if that means landing zone, if that means planet with like major like location on it or something. Just very vague, but I'd like to know more about it.
Yeah.
Could also be like breaker station type stuff too, right? Like it may not be a singular location, it may just be like a singular design.
My big thing here is like I just want to see what instancing looks like and what like
Hmm.
is this game going to be fun or not with this kind of stuff. So like I just want these things out the door. I want to see them. I want to is this good? Is this fun? Is it not? Who cares? Let's go. Or I care. Let's see. Um I'm not like I don't super care about Siege. I don't super care about strike groups at all. I don't see
Well, Siege is
myself
important
doing
because
that
they
kind
said
of
it was going to be the first instanced content, right?
yeah, like that's the only reason it matters to me is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Like I don't really particularly care about the content itself. It's just not my
Mhm.
style, maybe let's say. But
Yeah.
the I do yeah, maybe well the one thing I want to see is if my salt.exe is still there. I have
Mm.
had a little Easter egg in the game for me in that location, so we'll see. Um, mission design. There was something here that I thought was really important. Oh yeah, the recent changes to ship armor. They're like rebalancing the missions with based off of
Yep.
that to make your life a little easier, harder,
Mhm.
whatever. And working on battalion missions. And online tech was pretty big. Just
How can you understand these paragraphs?
I
I
can't. I
don't
highlighted the only
get
thing that
them.
matters. They tested
That's
quasi
the
dynamic
worst.
meshing.
That's the worst one. That's the worst phrase in the whole thing.
No,
What the
all you have to
fuck is
know
a
is
quasi-dynamic server mesh?
the team completed a second round of testing for the initial version, and this is where we're going to see a little bit of balancing of load throughout the servers for where we need it. And yeah, I want to. That's an important piece of the puzzle to get to many more players in a server. So cope. Let's cross our fingers for cope, and that's it. So and then yeah, I didn't see anything else that was like worth bringing up. Except for
Uh,
this super heavy combat armor
yeah, I was gonna say that one.
and a
Yep.
flaming
So,
torch animation.
yeah,
Huh?
which what?
We're in the future. What the fuck is that for? Are we,
It's
are the
fine.
little aliens
Sometimes
that
you need
had
torch.
the stick from the old Constellation commercial in? I
The ones that are supposed to be from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
yeah, like what the hell? So who knows?
Um,
Um yeah.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what that is for, but like presumably you could use it for other things too. It doesn't have to be you holding up a torch necessarily.
Yeah. I know torch is a word for flashlight, but it says flaming.
Yeah, it doesn't say flaming
I don't
flashlight.
think
They are literally
flashlights
talking about
flame, brother.
holding like a piece of wood with fire on it.
Yeah,
Um,
I got the same idea. Like it's T for torch for your headlamp in the
yeah.
game because they call it a torch. What is a flaming torch? That's good. That's weird. So yeah,
I just don't know why we would need that animation in Star Citizen unless we were using it for something else, which is probably the case, right? You bring in that animation, but you use it for us holding something.
who knows? Maybe.
Yep.
And then VFX, it's just all
Yep.
things we
Stuff that
did
we've seen.
before. Yep.
Mhm.
What else do we have? We had a sneak peek, I think, that was just nothing.
Yep. I think it was the Ironclad, right? Wasn't it?
No,
No.
it was definitely the whole B.
Oh yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, look, it's a landing strut. Maybe, kind of. Is it a landing strut?
I think so.
Because it kind of looks like
the
it might
cargo
be
side,
cargo at the bottom.
because that looks like it's the ship, but the side maybe, but it's probably the bottom. Who cares? They're not showing us anything there. You got to give us a little bit more for us to get excited over that.
Guys, if you didn't know, it's MISC.
Yeah.
It's on the side.
All right, let's quickly go into transport.
Croncy, so there
was
an Evo test. You got to do it.
Yeah, Croncy didn't get to
do
it.
Does it work?
No, it didn't work, but apparently that's a good thing. So, really simple. Let's touch on the really important things that are really awesome and really smart, I think, solutions to problems that we've run into before. Croncy, have you ever requested or anybody who's watching, type 1 in the chat if this has happened to you, if you have requested an elevator, some dork came out of it, and then you went in and you saw all of their buttons and you didn't see any of yours?
Never once. The game works perfectly for me.
Yes.
Yes, all the time.
Right?
All the time.
Super annoying, right? And then you have to go and request another elevator and wait for it to be empty, and then you get your elevator. This one, if we look at the second box here, hangar elevator panels are local and unique to each player. So you and I could be in the same hangar and see a different panel. So if we're not in party together, you can see your hangar and I can see my hangar. And then above that, there's a queue mechanic. So if you press it first and then I press it second, it'll go to your hangar and then it'll go to mine. Just like a real elevator. The only thing it doesn't do is like if your hangar was a floor above mine and we were coming down, but I clicked first, it'll still go to my hangar first.
It's not going to go in a realistic order, but that's because it's not even worth programming that into the game.
No, that'd be ridiculous. Yeah. So, and then there's also a hold door button that I didn't see work really.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
But they're basically just trying to go, hey, you know how real elevators are? Let's do it like that.
In real life, someone can be yelling at, like in this game, just like,
hold the door for me.
To hold the door, and I can close it. Let's go.
Exactly. Oh, there is no close door button.
Oh.
They got to add that in, though. Void doors are void, and they mentioned something important there, but we're going to skip over to what's not in the tech preview. The really important thing was self-repair was not in. So immediately, my experience when I got in was spawn in the hangar, go to the elevator, click. It was like 4.0 all over again. Fucking hangar didn't show up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is like the worst nightmare possible. So I type in the chat, and I'm like, I looked in the notes everywhere. I was like, I didn't see anything related to a hangar not coming and any workarounds or anything like that. What do I do? And they were like, oh, go to the other side. So I ran all the way to the other side of the hangar. The elevator showed up.
Okay.
So I was like, sweet. So I went on the loop. The big meme of the test was that if you sat down on a tram, you blacked out. So that's like the funny thing.
Added G-force to the
yeah, or forgot to remove it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's like the goofy thing that was happening, and then it felt exactly the same, which I think is the goal that they were looking for there. It didn't feel any different. A lot of people were complaining that elevators were a little bit slower. I didn't feel that. They felt about the same to me. But yeah, they could certainly have been sped up, right? Because they've always been pretty slow.
Yeah.
Okay. So about self-repair and about the issue that I had, the reason that was a good thing that it wasn't working is you can kind of see at the bottom here, they intentionally excluded it. So it's like if our servers in Star Citizen were constantly reset every morning, there's a lot of bugs that would persist that we never knew existed. So that's basically the idea here, is if it's constantly correcting itself, there's issues that they can't resolve through this test. So that's why they excluded it. So the fact that my elevator didn't show up, that will hopefully show up on debugging or whatever they're looking for. They'll be able to fix that, and then it will have to self-repair less often or whatever. So that's what they were going for in this test. All that was a good thing, apparently. And yeah. But other than that, I did Area 18. It felt like Area 18. It was whatever. It was not like, oh my God, exciting. But this was a future 4.7 patch, apparently. There were some weird things that were going on where you can take the bespoke guns off of the meteor and swap them. So that was something people were doing. And for people who were like, oh man, CZs had no loot, apparently they did. So, yeah. So some people were like playing the game and not doing the transport test. But
yeah. Question about the elevators. Can you yourself queue up a bunch of stops?
Mm-hmm. You could do that anyway previously, though.
Well, no, previously you would just press it and it would go to it. And then you would like wait and then press it and it would go to the next one.
I felt like I could queue before. The one thing I wasn't able to test, though, because the test went out, I had a hockey game. I came home and everybody had like done it already. And there was nobody at Area 18.
Sure.
And I could not do the thing where if you and I were in an elevator, can I just like walk into your hangar? Like what happens then? Because it used to be the elevator was like the place that you were getting immediately trespassed, right? So
yeah,
I didn't get to see that. But yeah, like known issues weren't anything like too crazy or whatever. It was just a whatever patch. It's a big quality of life thing that hopefully we never notice is a thing. All right, we got a few callers.
Well, hopefully you stop noticing the bad stuff that's happened in the past, basically.
Exactly. All right, we have 2 callers on the list. We're just going to keep it to these 2. I don't know what topics they want to talk about. Hopefully it's sticking to the things that we talked about today, if you guys are listening. As far as I'm aware, one of them is a brand new caller. One of them, I think, has shown up before. So, yeah. Hopefully we're all on topic and easy. So we're going to each give them 5 minutes, and then I have to run because I'm getting together with family today. So sorry for the short one. But Naru is first. Welcome, Naru.
How we doing, Naru?
Hello. How are we doing today, guys?
Good. What do you want to talk about?
Good.
So 4.7 crafting. We finally have a version of it, I guess.
Yeah.
That's been exciting. And I actually got to make a piece of armor that I could not obtain for like 3 months because of RNG. So that was nice.
Which armor?
It was the Daystar Palantino set. So you had to go to DCs and go through boxes and pray it spawns what you wanted. But of course, RNG makes that damn near impossible. So I could just do some ASD missions, killing some guys, and then I got the blueprints. And I just wanted the aesthetics, so I did not care about the quality. So I just kind of recycled some junk because I had about 18 sets of all the other Palantino just from doing the DC run. But
I wonder how many people have that mindset at the moment. With
I would imagine
specifically
a few.
armors, weapons less so, right? Because usually you use the weapon that you enjoy using the most, but like armor, it's a bit of a fashion show more than the quality.
I hope more people have that mentality. Yeah. I hope a lot do, because I know I'm struggling with the wanting the best, and I know it's not the right way to think about it. But if it's out there, what am I supposed to do? I want the best. What's wrong with that?
And I think there's nothing wrong with that, and that's kind of the other end of crafting that I'm feeling right now. Like, okay, I got the stuff. I finally can make the pretty armor. I'm like, now I have that itch. I want the best.
Yep.
But there's 1,000 different qualities of the best.
Ooh, okay. Say it. Say what you're gonna say. I will. I have been fighting this argument all week long. Bring it.
More than a week. We got into this last week.
So I am fine that we have quality ranges, but why do we have 1,000?
It doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't. Like 800 to whatever's pretty much you're in the upper end, and I'm like, why don't we just have like every other MMO figured out fucking 10 years ago? Uncommon, common, legendary, like the 10 that we all use a million times, so I don't spend 80 hours looking for 893 versus 894. Like,
because it doesn't matter. Like you are finding common, rare, like it is.
Yeah, but
the
my
same
inventory
concept.
doesn't say that, and that's the most agitating part. Like, I don't need.
That's why I'm fighting everybody on this. It is not a 0 to 1,000 issue. It's an inventory issue. It's a inability to trade issue. It's an inability to stack and destack issue. It's all the other things. It is not the. So many people are going, why don't we just go to 0 to 100? You're gonna have all the same problems. You're gonna want 99 instead of 98. It's the same thing. But I don't want to harp on that too much. If you have other things to talk about, get to those because.
Well,
we're gonna cut
part
you off
of
in like
it is
a few minutes here.
I know I got to go fast because I know you guys got time.
So I don't want to rant, although I want to rant so hard.
I'll keep the rant low, but I put up a post and a bunch of people say, "Oh, we just need folders," and I'm like, "But what if you're an org with every different thing with every different quality?" And I did some crap math, and we get to exponentials, like. I can't wait to look at the inventory and go, oh my god, there's literally quadrillions of different things because I've 1,000 different quality of every resource in the game in my org bank.
Like we had spoken about a few weeks back or last week. You just need to be able to refine up to qualities that you're looking for, or refine together, combine. Like I think that was something that they wanted to do.
They could just crunch the numbers down and make them just. It's within this range, which is just high quality, low quality, whatever. It would be the same thing.
To be fair, I'd be fine with that. But yeah, I don't think I don't think that's our biggest problem. I think there's there's
a million more, but that's just my one thing I noticed during 4.7. Yeah. So
again, we don't have these issues in a game like Star Wars Galaxies, so why would we? And they just have to finish the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
None of the stuff stacks in Star Wars Galaxies either.
I know, but Star Wars Galaxy is a dead game, so I don't care.
It's just a 30-year-old game. It's not a dead game.
The original servers are gone, so that's debatable.
Okay. I'm not going to go into this.
No, I don't want to fight you too hard on that. I love Star Wars Galaxy back in the day. It's just like, this is also a completely different game.
Okay.
But... all right, you guys have a good one. I'll let you get to the next
I didn't get to say anything, so I just want to say one thing. Which I am okay with the 0 to 1,000 if they can find a way to make those small differences more meaningful. That's where I'm at in regards to that. Otherwise, the inventory is the more important thing to fix up.
Fair enough. All right, Naru. Sorry for cutting you off early. I feel like we could have talked for 30 minutes today. So, but my bad.
I bet we could, but
yeah,
another day then.
Another day for sure, because I am disagreeing with some of the things that you think, but that's okay. Respectfully, of course. Do. Respectfully, of course. All right. Absolutely. Talk to you soon, man.
Cheers, Naru.
Bye now. All right, and our next caller is Big. Let's do it. Can you hear us, Big?
How we doing, Big?
Can you hear me? No.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like you're halfway across the room.
I switched to push to talk on this. Last time I called, it felt like my mic sounded bad.
It sounds like you're 6 miles away from your microphone.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, hang on. Time. I bet it's got the wrong.
Oh no, hold on. Oh god, I have met 200%. All right, you're back down to 100.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. I got a question and a comment. I'll start with the comment. Thanks for having me on. You guys are awesome. 4.7.
Thanks for being here.
So much fun. I've been having a great time. I've been mostly in Pyro, found a reasonable amount of 900s. I've made a bunch of 700 weapons, and I lost one by being greedy by putting putting a gun on my backpack slots and then like getting in the ship and going to heal and like, and you know, I dropped this gun that I was attached to and I was sad about it, and I'm happy that I'm sad about it because it makes you like more engaged. It gives you like I just think that the
Now you get to go
crafting is
craft
great.
another one.
I know it. I'm like, oh great, I gotta use another, you know, and now maybe I found something better. So that's my
He
comment.
guy's too excited to lose his favorite weapon.
And I'm gonna,
yes.
this is kind of half on topic. And I always do this. I'm like, but Mike, I wanted your opinion on this because I'm kind of a fan. You had a video a while back. Kind of people have said that 4.7 is the death of miners because PvP is going to be hard for them. And I just want to the question is, don't we have a good avenue? Like we were talking about Eve. You had this thing where you're reading a letter, you were talking about Eve, and I played Eve a long time. They had an event in Eve where this was when CCP was in charge, where it was for Halloween. They like changed the drop rate to 100%. Like everything that blew up.
Oh, they still do that. Yeah, they do that every
okay,
year now.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I haven't played.
It's
I've probably
90%.
played in like 4 years. But the first time they did that, the engagement was so big. Like the kill board like tripled. Like so many more people were playing, and everybody had a lot of fun. And so I think that like loot is a good driver for positive PvP.
Yeah.
And so
it's called Crimson Harvest.
So my question is, if we maybe change something silly like there's no refining stations in Pyro, like you have to fly your ore out of Pyro to refine it. Just that if we really laid into distortion, like so if you tackle some guy in his Carrack and you blow him up, you don't get anything because everything's blown up. But if you distort him and then you board him, and then so you have like the FPS combat, the ship combat, and it really stretches it out like an even counter. So now this guy has 20 minutes to like get on his Discord and be like, hey, I'm tackled, my Carrack's tackled, other people can come to the fight, and it makes it a real healthy PvP experience. Like, so is distortion the answer to PvP is really the question. What do you think about that?
No. Yes, but no. Like, it doesn't have to be distortion. It doesn't have to be anything that you mentioned. It has to be something that you didn't mention. It has to be the ability for other players to seek out other players more easily. They have built a game world where it is so vast and we are so far apart from each other that you need to be able to search and find other players more easily. So instead of doing this thing where it's like you have to get your ore out of Pyro, so then you're like everybody camps the gate and then you could never get through. I think that that's kind of boring. There's a lot of like I see somebody mentioning in the chat mining POIs. There's a lot of asteroid system type like locations that you can quantum travel to in all the, not Nyx really yet, but maybe we'll get it in Nyx, but in Pyro and Stanton, that's a really good way to do it. Or I think it's more like they have talked about long distance probing in the past, things like that, to be able to find somebody and go directly to them quite quickly, where it's their job to be paying attention and getting off the, you know, the site as quickly as possible, that kind of thing. It's not the way you fight. It's not the interdiction aspect, which I think interdiction has to change completely as well with the current state of the game. That is the solution to the problem, I think. But then you got to remember is EVE, we can't do these EVE Online comparisons because there's dead man switches
I
in
know
Star
it's
Citizen.
so bad. I also agree. Yeah,
it's tough on looting. You can't make those comparisons because the way Star Citizen is doing insurance is just the complete opposite, and we'll never have that EVE experience unless they make a change.
The burn of PvP less, because like in the interdiction, model, maybe you can repair your ship after they've looted it. Like your ship doesn't die. You could respawn on the Carrack if they shoot you. But I think by nature of it, that cargo is important. You gotta block, blockades kind of have to happen. And how lucrative is it to go kill somebody in his prospector? Like that's more griefing. I think PvP's better when you push it away from griefing. But
I think killing people in the prospector is the opposite of griefing now. It's like the most, like my mouth waters when I've seen other miners while I'm out there.
So what's your goal though? to kill them or like to get in
Get
there
their pods.
To take their
take
pods.
the pods off?
Yeah, like immediately. It's
that,
like
I mean,
I have been grinding so long I haven't seen a 900. What if they did? What if they have 900
that
on
has
them?
occurred to me. I've been out mining. I'm like, I could just blow this guy up. So okay, and then there's also that FPS aspect because you still have to board to unlock the pods on the guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's all of that. And dude, I got absolutely dunked on by a guy. He was invincible. I don't know what happened. The dude was invincible. He was not paying attention. He was literally pointing at me with a tractor beam. I had unloaded an entire parallax into his face and just, Then all of a sudden you switch guns and
I was going to say quality 900 helmet, obviously.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what happened, but then I had to call my friends in. We eventually killed him, and then we looked in his ship, and the only stuff he had was what he looted off of me. So it was like completely pointless. So another thing where it was like we need to be able to scan them a little bit better, figure out what's on there, what's in their boxes, blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's about time where I got to go. So I would say final quick thought, very very quick.
The Coda pistol with plus 20% slaps. That's all.
I can imagine. At 0%, it's slapped. So all right, Big, be good, man.
Cheers, Big.
That was good. I'm again apologize for shortening the show today. I'm sure everybody wanted me to rant except for Croncy. He's yawning over there.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, that's all good. I could have went with the first caller like for a while, I think, because I just feel super
100%.
strongly about that stuff.
There is still so much like good conversation to have about crafting.
But that's what it is. It's good conversation.
And I just want to see what they're doing next. I want to know
what comes out of it. Yeah, I hope they're like hearing what we're saying, and I'm just curious to see how economy team, mining team, and everybody, how they just react to how we're feeling. I know I'm not supposed to feel this way. How do you make me feel the right way?
Yeah.
That's your job now as a CIG dev that works on these things. How do you make me feel what the intended way? You haven't achieved it yet. And I'm not the only one. There are so many like me. Yourself included, I'm sure. So, all right.
Final thought, because I just remembered it. It was a thing that we missed in the monthly report, which is just because if I forget it, I'll forget it forever. They're working on hacking again. They are once again working on hacking again. And in the descriptions, it sounds like it's pretty far ahead with the UI and whatnot. Probably this year. But that's all just wanted to.
Yeah. What does that all mean? I just am excited to find out. Yeah. I'm excited for an ISC
Maybe
or for something.
Use it in tactical strike groups or something.
I mean, given the fact that they've pumped up the health of doors or thought about making them insane, you got to assume hacking might be involved in that then. Because having an unkillable door and then the way you get in is hacking.
Yeah.
And there was also like a hacking chip that we saw in a previous image of something at some point. So, the Squadron 42 report thing is where we saw it. It was some Squadron 42 thing, but who gives a shit about that game?
Yeah, that could mean anything.
tell me the release date and I'll start giving a shit about that game, guys.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike. You get a flaming torch in Squadron 42.
That's what it's about. Yeah, that must be what it's about. It's about some NPC. You don't get it. The NPCs that you're fighting do, probably. Because that would be a very Star Citizen thing to do. But all right, guys, that is our show today. Again, my apologies for it being short. But yeah, we're just getting together with family today. So we're going to hang out and enjoy each other's company. And Croncy's tired too, so it's a good day for you to get a little extra hour if you can sneak it in there.
Yeah, the baby's starting to learn how to crawl, and when babies start to learn stuff, they like to not sleep. So the last few days have not been fun for sleep.
Well, and they also like to get into things that you weren't expecting them to get into, right? Because you could just leave them.
She hasn't, because she hasn't done a successful crawl, but you can keep seeing her try.
She
keeps learning like each step each day, so it'll be any day now.
Forget about it when they're crawling all over the place, grabbing onto things. Sure. But yeah. All right, guys. So thanks again for watching. If you are new here, make sure you follow us on Twitch. We're live streaming this on Twitch. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you guys are there. That would benefit us greatly. I believe that really helps the algorithm now, like where it didn't used to for many years. So just hit the button, please. I'm looking at all of you in the chat. Hit it. And yeah. So yeah, appreciate you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Easter if you celebrate, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. And big week next week, new patch, new ship, whole like roadmap roundup probably. So more 4.8 stuff. We should hear maybe a little bit more detail on what item recovery meant in this monthly report. So should be a really enjoyable show next week. And yeah, hopefully there's also some 4.7.1 improvements to the experiences that we're having that maybe we're a little frustrated about right now. All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This was me. That's Croncy. And don't forget to answer. Bye, everyone.